I have family that are closer that can probably kiss me for now. So if I'm stuck in the parking garage, you should.
The Memphis Grizzlies, they play with this, I don't know, this certain force and energy that you don't see all the time in the NBA. They play for 48 minutes.
Yeah, they're in your face, and that's where we're headed. So, yeah, no doubt, I respect that.
Doug, Devin.
Coach, oh, I'm sorry. Coach, I just want to go back to the other game the other night. You took the team up on the roof. It seemed like there was an inspirational message there. Just, where you get the idea, to take them up there and introduce them to where they're being launched?
Interesting. I went with my guy Dip to buy a hat in the team store, and when I left the team store, there was a security, and I like to talk to all the people in the building, so the security guard was like, "Yo, D, man, check this out." And I was like, "What you got, man?" So he brings his phone out, and he's like, "Man, I went on the roof and I saw the beam," and I was looking at it, and I was like, "Yo, that's out of control, man." You see the beam, but you don't see the beam, right? And I said, "Thank you." We walked away, and I looked at Dip, and I was like, "Listen, man, if we win tonight, we going to the roof." But I had to go through some things to make sure that it was, obviously going to be okay. But special moment for them because, in my opinion, they are the light of the city. So, yeah, it was good. Thank you for the win, obviously. But yeah, those guys were big time.
Hey, Doug, what's up? Over here.
Where you at?
This guy.
My guy. What up, man?
Belated Happy New Year.
I appreciate you.
In terms of some of the relatively slow starts that we've had of late, any thought to extending De'Aaron's minutes? I saw in the first two games, the Lakers, and then whoever was after that. It looked like we were going to him, and he got engaged early. Any thoughts about that, or whether it's him or something bigger in terms of substitutions?
Yeah, we've tinkered a little bit, but I think really the biggest thing is he sets the tone. He gets downhill, he gets the team out and running, and we're looking to go right away. That's it. I mean, I don't think there's any special recipe to that one. Is trying to make sure that when the ball is thrown up, we are fully engaged and ready to go all gas, no break.
Doug, Devin is available tonight for the first time. Just wondering, kind of what's the plan for him? What are the expectations? And just how intriguing is kind of the skill set he brings in terms of what he can do offensively and then on the defensive side with the size and the length and all of that?
Yeah, super fan of Devin. I like he gets at it, and I truly appreciate that. He will play. No I guess my expectation is greatness. I want him to be as great as he thinks that he can be, and put him in a position to do that. But no expectation like pressure. Like go and play your game and do what you do because he's special at what he does. So I'm excited to see it. I'm sure that the fans are, but yeah, he will get it.
Following up on that, Doug, I guess first of a two-part question. Does he have any minutes restriction on him? Do you have to kind of be careful to not let him go, I guess, too hard or too fast?
I don't know what too hard or too fast is. I don't. We'll see, man. Go get at it, man, and then we'll read the game. I think that's really it. He's a heck of a player, and I hope he goes out there and puts all the pressure in the world on me to not take him out of the game.
Yeah, and then the second part of that, I mean, I imagine there's a lot of curiosity about how he fits in and what he can do with so much time off. How do you envision that working rotationally with what you guys have going right now?
Yeah, I think first things first is do the thing that you do. He gets at people, and then from there, let it build. Like, don't try to be anything. Let your game do what it does. You're going to be out there with some really special players, so go ahead and breathe, enjoy the atmosphere, and just get at it. That's really it. And then after that, we can kind of assess where we're at. And I think in the moment, we also assess where we're at, like, is he playing well? Is he tired? All those things have to come into play, and in that moment, we'll make a call.
Kind of building off that a little bit, DC, thinking back to your time when you were a player and you
Need information from when I did it, because it was a blur. They spelled my name on my jersey wrong. It was all bad, man. So none of that. He's got his pops in the building. My biggest thing for him is just, like I said, get at it. Do the thing that you do. Give him a pat and just let him loose, man. Go get it.
Doug, just want to ask you about Memphis, if that's okay.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of injuries, obviously, but they're also one of those teams, very few teams, that don't run a lot of set plays. They just kind of go out there and play. Can you talk about the challenge defensively when you guys have really been ramping it up and on the same page of how difficult that is to kind of play and scout and what you expect?
Couldn't script it any better, in my opinion, because that's the ultimate test for your defense, is when you don't have structure. Like, what do you do? How do you communicate? Do you still apply your physicality? Do we communicate at a high level? Are we flying around? Be decisive, or are you hesitating? Like, all those things come into play when you play a team like that. I like it because, when I was playing, we played that way. We had a, you put us in a set, but it could be anything. I mean, back door, back screen, double screen, pick and roll, pick and pop to it could be anything. And that's kind of what you see with them. So it's the ultimate test for your defense, and I'm here all for it.
Doug, right here, the Michael Cole from Memphis Commercial Appeal.
Yes, sir.
Just curious on your perspective of this unique situation where Devin is going to be making, his NBA debut with his dad and an assistant coach of the Grizzlies,
Yeah.
sitting on the opposing bench, a guy you probably know from the NBA. What do you make of just this unique scenario?
It's, I don't know that puts any pressure on him. It might even relax him. I mean, he works out with his dad for his whole life, so it might be a relaxing thing. I'm not really sure how that goes. My biggest advice to him is just go in there and have fun and use your teammates, work with your teammates. The one thing is D up, be physical, do the thing that you do. You might dive on the ball and take pops out. You never know. So I have no idea.
Anything else? We're good. Thanks.
We're good?
All right.
Appreciate you guys.